Hi, I'm Ezra Faraz. Welcome to Rappler Talk. Joining me today is Seth Mayol, the co-founder and CEO of Hoy, a new brand placement platform based in the Philippines. So Seth,
Hi.
can you give me your elevator pitch for what Hoy is?
Hoy is a social network, brand placement platforms. It basically works the same way how brand placement work in movies, where real brands are being embedded in the film. And let's take, for example, BMW company pays the company behind the movie James Bond for some huge amount of money in exchange for the 2-3 second airtime of their car. No? So imagine if we could transfer that same idea, no, to everyone and have our lives in front of the camera. You just imagine how many brands we could show to our audience, no? From the type of shampoo that we are using, from the brand of shirts that we are wearing, down to the most common restaurants that we usually dine. So the idea basically is just you just have to take a selfie or a photo of yourself together with the brand, and once you manage to get the required number of likes, which is set by the merchants, you could easily have real rewards coming from that brand.
So can you explain how it works after you download the app on Android or iOS, all the way up until you actually redeem your prize?
In our app, we have a rewards list. No, so the only thing that you should do there is to somewhat like select what type of rewards that you want to pursue, or what type of or what brands you want to patronize. No, so from there, once you select a brand or select a reward, you just have to follow the goal. And although the goal shares the same common element, which is to take a selfie, and you share it to your network. Now, once you've managed to get again the required number of likes, you could receive a digital stab, which is a stab that you have to use to redeem the reward. No, so you just have to go to the establishment, show the digital stab, and the merchant will verify it whether it has been redeemed or not already. So from there, they're gonna give you the reward. That's simple.
So the value for the consumer is really clear. You get these cool prizes. Can you explain what the value is for businesses to give these prizes away in exchange for promotion on social media?
Well, the one of the nicest things actually about Hoy, in comparison with this existing social media advertising these days, is that Hoy plays around on the social influence marketing strategy. So it's a direct marketing approach. No, it's not confined with data or research or trend. So let's take for example like your preference, your type of brand preference. You could actually endorse that to me directly, and since we know each other, the level of influence that you could push to me with is iba yung ano niya iba yung dating, unlike if you get to see this commercial brands on TV, so iba yung dating niya. So that direct type of marketing approach is, yun yung parang mas maganda sa akin.
So if I see someone patronizing a product on social media, I'm more likely to use it because it's coming from a friend versus an advertisement.
Yeah. So that's the whole idea basically.
Can you give examples of types of prizes that people can redeem right now at launch?
Right now we already have like more than 15 brands already. We have a skincare clinic, we have a KTV room, a bunch of restaurants, apparel, and to give you an example, Flawless is giving out a facial care. Redbox is giving out free usage of their KTV room for 1 hour, and some of the famous restaurants in Cebu, they're also giving out foods. We have also apparel, Nicotmatic, they're giving out shirts, hoodies, and those kind of stuff.
Can you give examples of the kinds of photos you need to take to redeem these prizes that you're offering?
Actually, one of the most common goal, in Hoy is that you just have to take a selfie with the retail sign or with the logo that you could find on their cups or in their products and all. But you could, the advertisers could be, they could be as creative as, how they want to be creative with their campaign. So naturally, they could come up something like for one instance, My Joy before their campaign was all about summer. So you could just have take a selfie of yourself while wearing your best summer wear, and once you get to have the required number of likes, you could easily have a halo halo for free. My Joy Halo Halo.
Very cool. Is there a limit to the number of halo halos you could redeem?
Each campaign actually has a set number of rewards. So we categorize it into 3 different levels, our rewards list. So for level 1, they're giving out 10 rewards. For level 2, 5 rewards, and level 3, maximum of 2. So basically, it's all about getting there fast. Who gets to the first 10 people who gets the reward, gets to have it for free.
In determining the brand challenges, is it set by you or is it set by the brand, or do you guys work in collaboration with one another?
Most of the time, they set the goal, and us in return, we give advices, we give suggestions kung ano yung mas effective na approach, kung ano yung we think that is more approachable for the users, no? So basically, it works. Sometimes it's a collaboration kind of thing. Sometimes sa kanila na rin yun.
A lot of people have criticized a promotion on Facebook, saying getting likes is sort of pointless and it doesn't actually convert from a business standpoint, or it doesn't generate sales.
Yeah.
What do you have to respond to that criticism that maybe Hoi won't be as helpful to businesses?
Actually, I think one of the main reasons why advertisers, even marketers, doesn't find any value anymore with likes these days, because mainly of the fake accounts that involves in a social network, And what's good about in Hoi is that our users are all will be verified users. We have a verification process that involves during your sign up. So basically, you cannot you cannot make a comment, you cannot have your posts publicly shared to your friends, to your network, if you're not verified users.
Is there any way that you verify the users and moderate the community in particular?
For the registration, we are using a facial recognition technology. It's the same technology actually that CEO Jack Ma used in his demo 2 months ago for their facial recognition enabled system for Alipay. And other than that, we have also a second process, our second step verification, which is a live user verification. It's a 5-second video recording of yourself while you are reading 2 random words. So it's basically it's a combination of 800,000 words. So that is our own way of knowing whether that's really you from the previous photo that you take for the facial recognition. So other than that, we also ask the community to help us also report posts if there are some users who tend to make posts who are not related to the brand or to the merchant.
So when you explain what Hoi is to businesses in the Philippines, I'm sure most have not heard of anything like it. So
Yeah.
what do they usually respond to you?
Majority of them, actually, if you just mention the word selfie, parang nagets na nila yun eh. If you're gonna say selfie, but to include the brand on it, kasi kung titingnan mo right now, everyone's doing a selfie, sometimes for no reason actually, sometimes for just trying to get attention and all. But I think if we would try to monetize that and include the brands on it, and you as a user, you get something out of it, mas okay kasi yun eh. I mean, for me, it's like a direct connection between the merchants and its followers and its loyal customers. So they really like it basically. So parang sa kanila kasi it adds up, it adds more prospect customers, shall we say, followers, something like that.
So you think there's something really intrinsic to the Filipino culture that will help Hoi take off?
Tayo kasi we're a very emotional race, no? And no, I mean we're very emotional. What you call this? We're very emotional people, no? And we love capturing memories, no? That's why I mean, phone before was just a tool of communication, and now it seems that everybody's using it, to capture memories rather than as a tool, rather than as a communication. No? So, I think papasok yun na yung ano talagang kahiligan natin, yun din yung yun din yung papatok.
What is your pitch to consumers? Why should I go to a store and take a branded selfie in exchange for a prize?
Well, regardless, if your first intention is the rewards or not, to give the users a chance to interact with your product, with your service, I think mas okay yun because in some ways parang you're giving them a chance to try out your product and maybe they'll be converted to be a loyal customer sa inyo. So sa akin kasi mas okay yung ganun na approach na you're getting something out of it and of course if you have like existing brands already that you really love, I mean mas maganda if may matanggap ka rin another set of rewards coming from them, di ba? So yun.
Do you see certain types of businesses gravitating more towards Hoy than others?
What's that again? Sorry.
Do you see certain types of businesses gravitating more towards Hoy than others? Does it work for certain industries more than others?
Yeah, I think so. Especially in the consumer-related type of industry, particularly restaurants. Kasi alam mo naman natin na restaurants live and die sa kung ano yung pumapasok nila na customers, right? So they would prefer to have more traffic rather than no traffic at all. So yun, I think papatok siya on brands who has these establishments, brands who are offering services.
So in the future, what types of prizes would you like to offer users to entice more of them to try out Hoy?
Actually, we want our rewards list to be diverse as possible. No, we want to have everything basically. We want to have a rewards list to work the same way how malls work, wherein one brand benefits the other. And sa mall kasi nandun na lahat nandun na para ano yung para sa mga parents natin, sa mga bata, for young and adults. So gusto talaga natin nandun na lahat We want to offer different types of rewards. We don't have any particular reward that we want, but gusto namin mas marami pa para at least the more choices, the more fun it would be for the users to participate.
So there's sort of a clustering effect. The more businesses you bring on, the more likely people are to try Hoy.
Yeah. Like I said, it basically works the same way as how mall works, Kaya nga minsan even though you're staying in a same roof with your competitor, to be part of the lineup is something different. If you're gonna compare it just by having your own branch independently.
In terms of the Hoy mall or ecosystem as it stands now, what types of businesses do you have?
Like I said, meron na tayong skin and beauty care clinic. We have like a gadget store. We have an establishment for kids, apparel, KTV room, restaurants. Yeah.
So most of these are based in Cebu, which is where you're from.
Yes, because this coming Monday or today we'll be launching it first in Cebu, and the coming weeks as soon as we finalize yung mga merchants natin dito sa Manila, we're gonna open up the Hoy rewards for Manila as well.
So you're gonna roll out in Cebu at launch point, and then Manila, and then are you gonna roll it out nationwide?
Yeah, hopefully as soon as we get a lot of rewards, because I think one of our plans actually was to have the application of the merchants online. So kahit saang city ka pa, you could basically go to our website and apply for it.
So once merchants sign up, do you give any of their staff training on how to interface with the Hoy network?
We provide a kit, somewhat like an orientation kit for them, more like an info, the redemption process, the approach on how to get the information of digital stuff, how to verify it. So we just provide the kit to them rather than having an orientation. Kasi pareho naman lahat eh. Wala naman siya specific talaga na ano. The only thing that is different for each reward or campaign is their goal, which sila naman yung nag-set.
I imagine getting to this point of launching your product in Cebu and then Manila and then nationwide, it must have been a lot of work. Can you explain what went into this launch?
Sobrang mahirap talaga. I mean, it involves a lot of things. I mean, I've been telling everyone that it could have been more easier if the app is like a messenger type of app or an app that doesn't involve monetization, because you could just like create it, and even though you're not incorporated yet, you could just like launch the app and get the feedback from the users and all. But since there's a monetization involved, and we're having like legal contracts with these merchants, kailangan talaga lahat legal eh. So kailangan ano na talaga kompleto na the contracts, the MOA, the incorporation of the company, lahat. So mas naging dobling mahirap siya. And yun.
I understand your background is you're a designer.
Yes.
So you probably had to do all these different things that you may have not done before. Can you give us some of the things you had to do out in preparation for this launch that you may not have been used to before?
Actually, marami, because before being a freelance designer, you're just at home most of the time, no? And you don't have to pitch; you just have to type your answers during chat conversations with your clients abroad. But since I started Hoy every day, mostly weekdays, I'm out pitching it to merchants, to advertisers. So mas very challenging. At the same time, all of us, me and my team, learn a lot from it. And I'm just fortunate also that I have a very strong team with me. So yun, at least na-delegate naman some of the tasks. No?
Do you have any advice to entrepreneurs who are pitching technology to businesses and they may not necessarily be the most technology savvy?
Actually, if kung titingnan mo, the most common traits kasi ng mga designers and developers kasi who made up most of the techpreneurs, no, are they don't talk that much. No, they don't talk that much. And what I've learned basically is that you just have to be familiar with your product in a way that you need to know how to explain it. Kahit mahirap siya, kahit you're not that really good in speaking English or in articulating the technical features of your product, you just have to find a way to explain it in such a way na digestible siya for and second is that you have to be strong all the way from the beginning of the development of the app down to the first day of your public release of your app, because maraming challenge na lalabas especially with your relationship with your colleagues, kasi minsan pumapasok na doon yung differences ng pace nyo, tapos kung ano yung maganda o hindi. Kasi before if it was just me all alone, no? So I could practically do anything that I want. Ako yung magde-design, ako yung magde-develop. So walang problema. But right now, since you have to delegate, you have to involve a lot of people to produce the app. You just need to be a good listener, at the same time to be a good you just have to be good with your communication. At the same time, you just have to be flexible and learn how to listen also.
Can you give maybe an example of one of the things you disagreed on in relation to Hoy? Like, was it a product feature or something from business development that you eventually, of course, came to a compromise on?
Not that I could think of, no. Pero yung part lang na kasi ang mahirap kasi with us Filipinos is that if you manage to create an app here in our country, especially na minsan resources wise hindi ganun kadali kumuha ng let's say funding or support whatsoever. The problem is that yung expectation ng mga merchants, it's really high. Sometimes if they're gonna show you the app, even though kung ano yung pinakita mo, that's really big already. That's parang malaki na siya for anyone to come up with in a short span of time. No, sometimes they're gonna compare you to the more stable ones like Facebook and Instagram. Like they're gonna tell you, oh, bakit sa Facebook meron ganyan, meron ganito sa Instagram and all. So yun yung parang mahirap because you can't really tell them na we cannot do that, or hindi pa natin kayang gawin yun because kulang yung oras or kulang yung funding or kulang yung resources whatsoever. Iba talaga yung expectation kasi ng mga Filipino users iba yung nakikita kasi nila is always been like Facebook, Instagram and all. So if gagawa ka ng app na somewhat related to that industry, iba yung expectation na automatically dapat ganun So you just have to listen, and sometimes kung ano yung pwede mong ma-add to make them feel good and to make them decide to sign up sa Hoy. So sometimes you just have to do an extra effort to accommodate some of their requests. Pero the end of the day, nasa inyo na rin nasa Steam na rin yun if kaya mong gawin or not
So the businesses are already comparing you to some of the biggest social platforms in the world: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Do you believe a Filipino app, maybe even Hoy, could eventually reach those heights?
Of course naman, yes. I would say that. Not only sa Hoy. I think Filipino developers and designers are very good skill-wise, no? And yung kulang lang talaga sa atin are opportunities, no? And sometimes pag wala kasi yung opportunity, minsan kasi we end up rather than putting up your own company and pursuing your dream of creating your own apps, minsan kasi ang nangyayari na lang is nag-work na lang full-time to a specific company, and sometimes minsan lumalabas pa nga na ibang bansa. So yun, you just have if there will be more incubators around that could support the Filipino techpreneurs, that would be good.
So you're really encouraging more Filipinos to take the leap into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, of course. Kasi madiskarte yung Pilipino madiskarte tayo marami tayong pwedeng kayang gawin Yun nga lang dahil nga sobrang hirap lang din ng economy natin. Sometimes the only path for us to take is to work full-time to a company. So yun yung parang the safest route, no? But if you just have to, if you know how to take risk, and if calculated risk to be precise, try nyo lang. Yeah.
What do you think we as people in the tech ecosystem can do to better encourage Filipinos to take that leap into entrepreneurship?
I think mas maganda if there's an open connection between the business world and the tech world, because dito kasi sa atin parang what I've noticed is that there's a huge gap between the tech people, particularly the devs and the designers, who makes up most of the techpreneurs, may gap kasi na yun nga resources, may gap sa opportunity, ganun. So yeah, I think if we could have a yearly or an annual conferences, just like some of the events that we have right now, like Geeks on the Beach, I think that works well for everyone. Yeah.
How is the tech ecosystem in Cebu in particular?
Very lively, I could say. In Cebu, nagsimula kasi somewhat the startup community there is Miss Tina Amber of Geeks on the Beach. So marami na siyang ginawa dun Actually, I haven't tried participating one of her events except for the Geeks on the Beach, which was 2 years ago. Pero marami na siyang na expose ng mga techpreneurs. Marami siya mga activities that involves what you call this, pitching, and involves mentorship, those kind of stuff. So very lively. At meron din, I think merong UX Cebu din. Yeah, I think meron din done. And yeah, it's somewhat similar here in Manila. Pero of course, nandito naman talaga lahat sa Manila the incubators and all. So hopefully, darating din yung Cebu sa ganung stage.
So how do you feel right now on the day of your launch?
Of course, nervous, and at the same time excited kasi nga for the past 7-8 months of staying in a room working with all the details sa app and all, it's finally out there. So let's just see kung ano yung reaction ng mga users later on.
So what are you going to be doing this week on the week of your launch? What are top priorities?
I think we'll be fixing bugs because obviously after launch may bugs naman talaga yun. Hindi naman nawawala yun in every app. So I think we will continue to monitor the app, and at the same time kung ano yung pwede namin gawing adjustments and all. I think we're gonna do it right away. And at the same time, we want to smoothen out also our advertising acquisition side, because right now parang it's all manual. I'm doing manual pitching. I'm giving them like forms to fill up. No, so basically we want that to be automated. So lahat gusto namin online na lang talaga, para at least kahit yung nasa ibang city, I don't have to go to them. They don't have to come to me to apply. At least online na lang. And
so in the much longer term, what is your vision for Hoy?
Of course, we want to be a platform that connects the brand to its loyal followers, no? And marami kaming plans actually, especially on the brand placement side, no, of marketing, no. In fact, in a couple of months we'll be launching our video feature. So the merchants could actually create a goal, somewhat like create a 15-second skit or commercial that involves their brand. So imagine if these talented people who are making viral videos right now in social networks, imagine if they're gonna use that and include the brand on it. So we'll be creating a lot of exciting content in
Amazing.
the future. Yeah.
Before we go, do you have any final words of wisdom to the entrepreneurs who may be watching out there?
Yun lang siguro. You just have to be strong, and you just have to be very, very patient, and you just have kailangan focus talaga. You need to focus and learn to listen as well. So focus sa idea mo, sa target mo, but learn how to listen in a way na kung ano yung sa tingin mo na kailangan i-improve sa idea mo. You just have to to digest it in a way na maximize it, kung ano yung pwede mong, paano yung gamitin yung yung advices or comments ng mga tao. Yun lang.
Thank you. I hope more Filipino entrepreneurs out there listen to your words of wisdom and take that jump into entrepreneurship.
Hopefully.
We've been talking to Seth Mayol, the co-founder and CEO of Hoy, a social network brand placement platform based in the Philippines. I'm Ezra Faraz, and this has been Rappler Talk.